Hello, my friend. Welcome to Unlocked English, the podcast where we talk about learning English in a simple, natural, and enjoyable way. I'm so happy you're here. Today, I want to talk about something that can truly change your English journey: how to build a daily English habit. Learning English is not only about studying grammar or memorizing words. It's about creating small moments in your day, moments that bring English into your life again and again. I like to think of it as opening a window. Every time you read, listen, or think in English, you open that window a little wider. Soon, the fresh air of a new language fills your world. When I first started learning English, I didn't really have a plan. I did what most people do: studying from books, watching a few videos, trying to remember long lists of words. But it always felt difficult. I couldn't remember much, and after a few days, I felt tired and unmotivated. Then one day, I realized something important. I wasn't building a habit. I was studying English like a school subject, not living it as a part of my everyday life. That realization changed everything. So today, I want to share what I learned about making English a natural part of your day. Not something heavy or stressful, but something light, joyful, and easy to continue. Let's start with a question. What is a habit? A habit is something you do without thinking too much. You brush your teeth every morning. You don't remind yourself, it just happens. That's what we want for your English too. We want it to become something that just happens. So, how can you get there? The first thing to remember is start small. When I was younger, I thought that to improve fast, I had to study a lot, maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. But that never worked. I felt bored and tired. Sometimes I stopped for weeks. Then I decided to try something different. I told myself, I'll just do 5 minutes a day. Only 5 minutes. It sounded too easy, but I did it. I listened to one short story in English every morning while I made my coffee. Sometimes I didn't understand everything, but I enjoyed the sound, the rhythm, and the little pieces I could catch. After a few weeks, something amazing happened. I started looking forward to those 5 minutes. It became a calm, peaceful moment in my day. And then, naturally, I wanted more: 10 minutes, then 15. My English was growing, and it didn't even feel like studying. So maybe ask yourself, what's one small thing I could do every day in English? Maybe it's listening to this podcast. Maybe it's writing one short sentence in a journal. Maybe it's reading one tweet, one message, or watching a 1 minute video in English. The point isn't how long you do it, it's that you do it every day. Another thing that really helps is connecting English to your emotions. Our brain remembers feelings much better than facts. So if you enjoy something, if you laugh, if you feel curious, you remember the language more easily. For example, if you love watching funny videos, watch them in English. Even if you don't understand everything at first, you'll learn faster because you're having fun. When you laugh, your brain relaxes, and relaxed learning is powerful learning. So think about it. What do you love doing? Cooking, gaming, drawing, traveling, listening to stories? Whatever you love, try to connect English to it. If you like cooking, watch recipe videos in English. If you like music, read the lyrics of your favorite songs. If you like stories, listen to simple audiobooks. When you mix something you love with English, your habit stops feeling like work. It becomes a joy. Let me share something from my own experience. There was a time when life was really busy. I came home tired every day and didn't have energy to study. So I asked myself, can I do something small, something light in English? I decided to change my phone language to English. The first week was confusing. I pressed the wrong buttons more than once. But soon, my eyes started to recognize the new words. I learned things like settings, notifications, update, just from seeing them every day. That small change made a big difference. You can try something like that too. Change your phone, your laptop, or your apps to English. That way, you'll see English all day long without extra effort. Now, let's talk about something very important. Consistency. Many people think consistency means never missing a day, but that's not true. Consistency means coming back again and again, even if you miss a day or two. Life is not perfect, and neither are habits. What matters is that you return. If you miss a day, don't feel guilty. Just say, that's okay. I'll start again tomorrow. That small act of kindness keeps your habit alive. Remember this. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about returning. Do you ever feel afraid of forgetting what you learned? I used to feel that way all the time. I'd learn a new word one day, and the next week, it was gone. It felt frustrating. But then I realized something. The more I use English every day, the less I had to remember. Words started coming naturally because they were part of my daily life. So don't worry too much about remembering everything. Focus on using English in real life, even in small ways. Here's a simple but powerful habit. Talk to yourself in English. Yes, it sounds funny, but it works. Every morning, when you get ready, you can quietly say, I feel good today, or I'm going to work now. These small sentences help your brain think in English. Nobody has to hear you. It's your private practice. You can whisper, you can think silently while walking, cooking, or waiting for the bus. The more you think in English, the more your brain accepts it as a natural language, not something you study, but something you live with. Let's talk about time. Many people say, I don't have time to practice every day, but everyone has small moments. The problem is not time, it's how we use it. If you spend 10 minutes on social media every day, you already have time. Use 5 of those minutes for English. I like to connect English with daily routines, what I call language moments. For example, listen to English while brushing your teeth, cooking, or walking. These little pockets of time are perfect for short English input. When you build English into your routine, you never really study. You just live in English, and that's when real progress happens. Now, you might ask, how long will it take to see progress? Progress takes time. It's like growing a plant. You don't see the change every day, but it's happening. One day, you'll suddenly notice you understand more, or that you speak more easily. That's the magic of habits. There were times when I felt stuck, like nothing was improving. But then one day, I realized I was watching a movie in English without subtitles, and I understood most of it. That moment showed me how powerful small daily actions can be. So if you're building your daily English habit, trust the process. Don't rush. Every word, every sound, every moment counts. What about motivation? Motivation is great, but it comes and goes. Some days you feel excited, and other days you don't. That's okay. Habits are stronger than motivation. When something becomes a habit, you do it even when you're not in the mood. You don't ask yourself, Do I feel motivated to brush my teeth? You just do it. The same can happen with English if you make it easy. If you're tired, don't open a grammar book. Listen to something soft and simple. Maybe a short story or a calm podcast like this one. You can even listen while lying in bed. It still counts. Make your habit flexible. Don't copy someone else's routine. If you're a morning person, practice in the morning. If you're busy, find small moments. If you're tired, do something light. Flexibility keeps your habit alive. Let's talk about emotions again. When you feel relaxed, your brain learns faster. So don't be too serious. Smile when you listen. Laugh at your mistakes. English is not an exam. It's a connection to people, ideas, and new experiences. When you make mistakes, it's okay. Everyone does. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be understood, to connect, to grow. Ask yourself, what would happen if I stopped worrying about mistakes? If you just spoke freely without fear, what could you say? When you stop worrying, your English starts to flow. Now, here's one last secret. Celebrate your habit. Every time you finish your English practice, even 5 minutes, say to yourself, well done. Smile. Feel proud. This small celebration tells your brain, this feels good. Let's do it again. You can even make a small checklist. Every time you complete your daily English habit, put a check mark. It's simple, but it feels great. Over time, those marks become a picture of your progress. Now, take a moment and imagine your future. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You wake up, make your coffee, and automatically put on an English podcast. You understand more than before. You even think in English sometimes without noticing. You feel calm, confident, and proud. That's what happens when you build a daily habit. It becomes part of you. You don't need to rush. You don't need to study for hours. You just need to keep going, one small step at a time. So let's review not as a list, but as a feeling. Start small. Do what you love. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate progress. Enjoy the journey. Learning English is not a race. It's a story, your story. Every day, you're writing a new chapter. As we come to the end of this episode, I want you to remember this. Every small moment you spend with English is like planting a seed. You might not see the tree yet, but it's growing quietly, beautifully inside you. Thank you for spending this time here with Unlocked English. I hope this episode gave you some peace, motivation, and inspiration. You can listen again whenever you want, while walking, cooking, or relaxing. Just let English be part of your day. This is Unlocked English. Take a deep breath, smile, and remember, your English journey is already happening right now. See you next time